Let's talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. If you enjoy recaps like this or conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to my podcast, KEMPIRE Radio, link in bio. So the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion aired tonight, and so much happened. I'm looking forward to part 3, which will be 90 minutes. But let's talk about what happened in this episode. So this episode really was focused on Monique and Candiace and their fight. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about Karen Huger and the evolution of Karen. The fight between Karen and Giselle, I don't think I necessarily saw a lot of that anger during the season, but there seems to still be this frenemy situation between the two during this reunion. I have to say though, after part 1, Giselle just looks completely out of it. Her energy is low. Even her responses just seem so like she's defeated and she wants to kind of get the heat off of her, and she's really trying to play it off on everyone else during this episode. Here's part 2 of my recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. If you like conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to my podcast, KEMPIRE Radio, link in bio. So part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion addresses a few different things, including Karen's marriage and Ashley's marriage. And Ashley's explanation for her forgiving Michael still seems very suspect, but if it works for you, girl, it works for me. Andy also calls out Karen for not being so transparent in past seasons, which I agree. As I said to you guys before, I wasn't in love with Karen the first couple of seasons, but this season, if this is the real Karen, I like this. And based on what the ladies were saying, off camera Karen's a lot of fun. And I am glad to see it this season. Why is she even here? Why is she even here? Robin, go home. Look, I'm not one of the people on social media beating up on Candiace in regards to this fight. I feel like this fight was wrong, but there's more to the story. Let's talk about it. Here's part 3 of my recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion. If you like conversations like this, be sure to subscribe to my podcast, KEMPIRE Radio, link in bio. So part 2 of the Real Housewives of Potomac reunion really focuses on the fight between Monique and Candiace. You have to watch the IG live that Monique did with her husband back in August, because it kind of gives you a little bit more detail where you understand why she might have all this pent-up aggression towards all of the ladies, not just Candiace. Do I feel like Monique really kind of answered the questions that we have in regards to these rumors, if they're not true or whatever it may be? Not really. Do I feel like Monique came across a little cold during this situation? A little bit. Was Candiace a little overdramatic? Was she trying to be overdramatic because she's trying to sue for money? Maybe. I'm sorry guys, TikTok doesn't give me enough time to talk about this. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, KEMPIRE Daily, where I post daily videos. Literally had the same thought. I'm thinking to myself, Andy, you have no idea how this man makes his money. If anything, they've showed you from their multiple homes. Monique said it on the first season that she was there. I have multiple homes. Multiple. Look, I understand Andy has a job to do. However, him wanting Monique to have the same reaction as Candiace is just ridiculous. Everyone is different. And I love the fact that Monique was the definition of unbothered this entire reunion so far. Look, I think Monique is mad at Gigi. However, Giselle was one of the people on the show that Gigi was reaching out to and trying to bring the story on the show. Part of the story got on the show, not the full story. And that's where Andy got it wrong. Her bringing up the trainer was part of it.